It's exam week, not just for college kids, but for me too. So I get to come home early and make an episode for you guys. Let's talk about the weekend. We had a great weekend of college basketball. Well, guys, it's your boy Williams here with the new CBB talk. Have to do the intro. I didn't do the intro, but now I'm going to do the intro. Wow, we only have 7 unbeatens left in college basketball. So first, let's give a congratulations to Arizona, Houston, Baylor, Clemson, James Madison, Oklahoma, and finally, Ole Miss. All those teams are undefeated now, and they're all in my top 25. Oklahoma and Ole Miss got added. Maybe I was a little late on Oklahoma. But let's talk about, because we had a lot of unbeatens fall this week, and we have a clear number one, Arizona. Arizona is a clear number one. I think they proved that to us. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about the games. Okay. Let's go. Let's start it off with Saturday. Illinois, Tennessee. Big game. Tennessee ends up getting the job done in Knoxville. Big one for Tennessee. No, they have 3 losses this year, but every one of their teams is against a team that's ranked higher than them. I have them at 11. Their losses are to UNC, Kansas, and Purdue. UNC, Kansas, and Purdue. Yeah, those are 3 losses. Yeah, UNC, Kansas, and Purdue. Oh, they're 3 losses. All respectable losses, and I have them ranked now 11th. Dalton Kanesh puts up just a nice 21. The whole starting lineup has double digits in that one. A struggled game there from Damask, who had 31. He has 6 in this one. Oh, he had 33 in the FAU's win. Only 6 in this one. Terrence Shannon had inefficient 22, and so did Quincy Guerriere had 22. But Tennessee, again, solid team. Rocky Top looking good. Have them ranked number 11, second in the SEC. I got Kentucky back up there, number 8. A lot of losses today, so Kentucky just falled in number 8 in my rankings. We'll see the AP poll. Usually I record this after the AP poll comes out, but I didn't. So they're at 8. We'll see where the poll has them. I moved Illinois down to 14th. Still very respectable. Good win this week over FAU. And so I'm going to go look. Where did I have them the start of this week? So at the start of this week, I had Illinois at 19, so now they're at 14. So they moved up 5 spots from last week, so good for Illinois. Tennessee moved up again this week, good amount of spots. They're at number 11, so good win for the Volunteers. Dalton Kanesh looks like a beast. Kentucky got the win against Penn. They moved up to 8. That was my number 1 team in the SEC. Alabama loses a very, very good game against Purdue. Zach Edey, he's probably the best player in college basketball. I hate it. I hate watching him. I'm going to keep pushing this narrative. I hate Zach Edey. I hate Purdue. I will not pick them to win the NCAA tournament. I will not pick them to go to the Final Four this year. Like last year, I picked them losing in the second round, and they ended up losing in the first round. But yeah, Zach Edey, 35 in this one. Very, very good. 11 from the line. Mark Sears, 35, won his best game of his career here. Braden Smith is Purdue's second best player. He had 27 in this one, 8 assists there. No one else scored double digits for them. So Purdue, we'll see. They play Arizona on Saturday. That's their next game. That's going to be a hell of a game. But I have Purdue ranked second. I don't think they will be ranked second. I have them ranked second. But I want to see them play Arizona because I want to see how they can play against, a team Arizona that's been dominant this year, undefeated. And it's Purdue's a little bit of a one-man reliant team with Edey. Braden Smith has definitely stepped up this year in his sophomore season there. I'm sorry. So, gosh, I cannot speak. No Pringle. He's suspended in this one for Bama, but Sears had 25, and Grant Nelson had 11. But the rest of the team really didn't step up for Alabama, but they played them close. I don't get Alabama ranked, but they are a good team there. But Purdue holds on, gets a good win there after being down at half, 92-86, high-scoring game. Purdue is good, but I can't wait for that game on Saturday against Arizona because that's going to be an amazing game. It's going to be my 1 versus 2. I'm not sure what it will be in the poll. It will be 1 versus 4, 1 versus 3. We'll see. Auburn destroyed Indiana. Indiana's just That was a tough game. Aiden Holloway had a very good one. I got Auburn. They're close. Auburn is very close to being considered to be ranked, but they lost to App State. That was a tough loss for them. Creighton won by 50. They're back in my top 10. Grand Canyon's legit. They win at Liberty. They're 8-1. They're not. They're now they're on my radar. They're not really close yet, but they're a top 40 team in my opinion. And will be a dangerous team. Indiana State's another team that I think will be in my top 40. Second best team in Indiana. Indiana State is. I dropped Texas out. Just look at their resume. It's not great. They be a shitty team this weekend. But yeah, Texas is out. We'll see if they do that in the AP poll because right now they're ranked 12th. Going in this week and then got murdered against who did Texas play? Who did they get? They got murdered against Marquette. So I will see where the poll will put them. But I'm assuming it won't be in the top 20 if they're so ranked. Let's talk about these Wildcats. They ended up winning by 25 over Wisconsin there. Was leading by over 30 in this one. Caleb Love with an efficient 20. Only happened twice last year where he scored 20 points, shooting above 50% from the field. Second time this year he's done it. Pele Larson had a career-high 21 without missing a shot. Omar Barlow, double-double. Keyshawn Johnson, almost a double-double. Killian Boswell, almost a double-double. This Arizona team is legit, man. They are not relying on one player, which I really love. Ballow's a really strong center. I think he's going to match up well against Edey, two big bodies there. So Caleb Love, of course, has this narrative coming out of Carolina, who was the number one team in the country in preseason last year and ended up not making the tournament. That narrative was Caleb Love's not a team player. He's a selfish guy. Can't really contribute to winning. And he made it to a Final Four being a top 2 player on that team back in 2022. And look, I do think Arizona has it right now is the best team in the nation. He's proven wrong that he can contribute to winning at a high level. Kylan Boswell's a great point guard. 9 assists in this one. Keyshawn Johnson, they get him from San Diego State. That's a big transfer pickup. And then they just have solid bench players. Jaden Bradley from Alabama, 14 minutes in this one. Crevis, Lewis. These are guys that can just contribute. They have foreign players off the bench for them. And yeah, they're deep. And Wisconsin, I think, is still a solid team. I dropped them out of my top 25 there. It was their 3rd loss of the year. They have good wins this year. But Blackwell had 17 off the bench, and AJ Starr wasn't amazing. Tyler Wall struggled for them, and you can't have that if you're Wisconsin. They got dominated at Arizona. Tough place to play, but looks like Tommy Lloyd has a very legit team this year with Arizona. Oklahoma takes care of Arkansas. Moved Oklahoma up, and they're 9-0, moving up to 19. Maybe I'm underrating Oklahoma because that's where they were going into this week in the poll. I didn't have them ranked going this weekend in the poll, so they're at the 19. Maybe that's low, but look, 0 from Trayvon Brazile in only 15 minutes. So, Carl, 0 points from 2 of their stars. No double-digit scores in their starting lineup. Khalif Battle had 13, and Javen Davenport had 12. But yeah, McCollum 20, Owe 20, Uzan 11. This team isn't as deep as you would like, but they have 3 certified bench players. Hugley from Pitt, Source. Man, this team is deep. And look, they don't have a star player, which is why I like a Clemson team a little bit better than them because I think PJ Hall is a star. Oklahoma doesn't have a star, but they have a lot of good players to just play their role, do the dirty work. And Porter Mosier's had this team who was not really considered to be ranked going into this year. 9-0. Looks like they have a game against UNC next week. And if they win that, they're looking like they're going to go 13-0 going into conference play. And look, if you're 13-0, go 8-10, go 9-9 in conference play, and you're making the NCAA tournament there. So they've set themselves up well. This is the 4th loss for Arkansas. So Eric Musselman got ejected in this one. He's got to start finding some sort of continuity with this team here because scoring has sometimes been a problem, and I think inconsistency is a big thing. And look, this was a neutral site, but it was in Oklahoma, so kind of like a road game there. Good win for the Sooners. Arkansas 6-4, another team that I believed in this year, struggling early, but they can pick it up. But need to start winning some better games. Have a good win against Duke this year, and that's about it. Oklahoma 9-0. Love what I see from the Sooners, and they'll be in my rankings for the rest of this week because I'm not sure if they even play. Houston's play a fraud schedule. They're 10-0. I can't wait for their first test, I believe, on Saturday against A&M, who isn't ranked for me anymore. But we can get to that. I think they played yesterday, so we'll get to that. Clemson remains undefeated, gives TCU their first loss. Again, underdogs in this one. I think a lot of KenPom, a lot of the computers are underranking Clemson. Joe Girard, 21 this one, man. What a great pickup from him. A guy who was a prolific scorer over there at Syracuse, good shooter. Had 21 this one. PJ Hall, 17. Shiflin, he kind of plays that 5. PJ Hall more stretches the floor. Shiflin had almost a double-double in this one. Chase Hunter, 0 points, didn't matter in this one. TCU, again, TCU is a weird team where they're very similar from last year. They have a lot of, a couple of the same players. They brought in Jameer Nelson Jr., Ernest Uday from Kansas. And I think this TCU team can very well make the tournament. They're just missing. I don't know if they're going to have that star guy like they did like Mike Miles last year, but I do like TCU. And again, 7-0, good start for them. It was kind of their first real test of the day. First great test for TCU was Clemson. Again, the Big 12 is just going to be a gauntlet there, so you want to try to get as many wins you can in the non-conference schedule there. Good win for the Tigers. I moved them up to 12th in my rankings. I'm high on Clemson. I think right now, them or UNC is the best 2 teams in the ACC, and I really do believe Clemson can win the ACC this year. They're playing that good, and they have the talent. And look, this was were they a tournament team last year? They might have not been a tournament team last year, but I remember they beat a Duke team last year. They were solid last year, and they got better this year with more experience and bringing in some decent players. Kansas beat Missouri by 9. Good win. Missouri's a decent team. Was a tournament team a year ago. KJ Adams had 17. Hunter Dickinson kind of struggled, especially in that first half, while Kansas did play good in the first half. Kansas just consistency. They have to go play Indiana on Saturday. Should be a win for Kansas. Kansas is just consistent. 1 loss this year for the Jayhawks. They're playing well. The only loss is the Marquette. I'm on a neutral. Look like the best team in the Big 12 right now. But again, the Big 12 this year is just so stacked. And we have Houston 10-0 in the Big 12 as well. Ohio State blew a 12-point lead at half to Penn State. And it was at 15 at a point. Tough loss. Ohio State probably could have got my rankings with a win there. Cincinnati also lost at Xavier. They haven't beat Xavier in a minute on the road. Pretty sure it was like 20-some years. Cincinnati also could have been ranked if they won that game. St. Mary's got the much-needed victory. They lose a 5-5, but damn, this was a season-saver win. They give them any chance at not getting an at-large bid. Colorado State drops their first game there. Isaiah Stevens had a good one, had 20 in this one, but they really just struggled to score. And this was a home game for them, so it's a tough loss to take. At home feeling good. Only 2 bench points from them was a big difference. Marcelonis 18 for St. Mary's. And look, decent play for the Stars. I mean, Isaiah Stevens was a little bit inefficient there. I think Colorado State's still really good. It's tough. I have Creighton above them, even though they beat Creighton pretty easily. I moved Colorado State down to 15th. They're higher. They're still my highest mid-major. 1 spot over FAU and 3 spots over JMU. It's a fine loss. St. Mary's was a team I was high on coming in this year. But you're at home, want to be a team that was under 500 going into that game. BYU dropped their first game at Utah. Utah's a solid team. I honestly do think Utah can make the tournament this year because the Pac-12 Besides Arizona this year looks a little rough. USC's obviously disappointed. Colorado got a very good win. I think Colorado is going to be a tournament team, and then Utah could be that third team. UCLA looks bad, so I think Utah could be the third best team in the Big 12. This year I was probably projecting them to be like the sixth best team in the Big 12. But a good win. For Utah, they go to 7-2. BYU drops a game. They're still very high in computer rankings. I dropped BYU. They're only 21, but I dropped them to 25, so they're still my top 25. Did drop one game, but again, that's a respectable loss to have there. And they were down 14.5 and only lost by 4 there. So good fight from the Cougars there, and I still have them ranked. JMU continues to win. Destroyed Old Dominion there. Shout out to Feaster, TJ Bickerstaff, who follows me on Instagram. So really, actually, shout out to TJ Bickerstaff. 21 double, 21 and 12 against the Monarchs. Villanova has a good comeback win, dominates that second half against UCLA. Again, big win for the Wildcats. Been struggling up and down this year, but a good win at home, I guess, in Wells Fargo. I guess that's still a home game. Halliburton double there. UCLA, not really any good wins this year for the Bruins. 1-2 in Maui, but their 1 win was against Chaminade. So I'm not really loving the Bruins. Nick Cronin was pissed after the game, roasting some of the Nova players, roasting his own players. This is a weaker UCLA team we've seen the last couple of years here. We'll see where they rank in the Pac-12 because we already kind of laid it out, but they could potentially be the second best team in the Big 12. The Pac-12. But right now they don't look like it. Good one for Nova. Build a resume because they have a weird one. They beat UNC this year. They beat Memphis. They have some good wins. Or did they beat Memphis? Yeah, they beat Memphis. They beat UNC. They have good wins and they have some weird losses as well. But a good win for Villanova over UCLA. Drake's team I have on my radar, 1 loss. Nevada was undefeated going into that game. Drake beats him by 19 easy. Tucker DeFries, maybe the best mid-major player in the country, up there. I have him on my radar. They're 9-1 this year. Sorry. Let's see. I'm trying to look. Marquette dominates Notre Dame. Not too shocking there. UCLA holds on. I'm sorry. San Diego State holds on against UC Irvine in a 1-point win. Not a great win for San Diego State. I don't expect them to be in the rankings when they come out today. And last one was Washington. Finally beats Gonzaga. It's been 18 years since it was in 2005, the year I was born. That they beat Gonzaga. They did it. Keon Brooks, the Kentucky transfer, 17-8. This one they have Xavier Wheeler, another Kentucky transfer. So they've built through the portal really well. And Washington, maybe they can be a contender in the Pac-12. I think they're probably one of the 6 best team there, but a really good win. That's a great resume win there in a home game, I believe. Gonzaga, they could have been sitting pretty at the number 8 team in the country. I dropped Gonzaga down to 13th. Again, they don't have any amazing wins. And they have a big test Friday night. Their next game is Friday. They take on UConn. Wow, that's gonna be a really tough game. I don't know if that's a road. That might be a neutral game. I honestly don't know, but that's gonna be a very, very, very good one. On Sunday, I was watching some Princeton St. Joe's. I mean, I had NFL with most of the day, but I'm not gonna lie. I threw on Princeton St. Joe's, rooting for Princeton. Had them in my top 25. I was ready to go in here and be like, Princeton's a top 25 team, and they lose at St. Joe's in a really good one there. Missing free throws at the end really cost the Tigers in this one. Good win for St. Joe's. St. Joe's is a legit team. I think they're the best team in the A10. Again, almost beat Kentucky. They beat Villanova. Get a good win against Princeton here. Very, very good game. Big shot making. Zayman Lee at 20 for Princeton, but Reynolds clutch free throws down the stretch, 21. St. John's 8-2, Princeton 9-1. These could be 2 potential tournament teams once we get to March. Colorado whoops Miami by 27. Tristan Da Silva, 22, 10, and 9. So close to a triple-double. And no Cody Williams in this one. Yikes for Miami. Did I drop Miami out? No, I dropped them to 22. I was so close to dropping Miami out of my top 25. But man, I just looked at those other teams as like, I guess Miami's better than them, I guess. Let's see. Miami really didn't start turning up. I mean, I remember last year I was calling Miami underrated, and they proved me right. This year, I haven't loved how they look. And yeah, it's so tough when you lose your two best players, which they did. They lost their two best players from last year's Final Four team. They brought in some good pieces right now, and they would look pretty good. They were going to be a top 10 team if they, held on and if they beat Colorado, they would have been a top 10 team. Got spanked. I probably shouldn't have Miami ranked now that I'm thinking about it. Fuck it. Miami's ranked, Colorado's not. Probably should put Colorado in over Miami, but we'll see what the poll has Miami. I don't know if they'll have them in. Northwestern, I think they're underrated. I have them 17th in the country. Shout out to Northwestern. They won again, but Detroit, dude, whoa. Detroit is 0-10. That's bad. That is not good. 0-10. Let's talk about how North Dakota State just beat a fucking team. 108-14. 108-14. It's a tough look for North Dakota State. It's a tough look for North Dakota State, not the other team. I don't even think that team was D3. I'm pretty sure they were like an independent school, not even in the NCAA. It's a tough look to be a team by 94. No? I don't love it. I don't love the look. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. I don't love the look from North Dakota State. But hey, it's a free win. I mean, that's the definition of a free win. Bronny James returned. That was hype. They lost. Yeah. I mean, he looked fine. 16 minutes. I think he's going to be a good rotational piece there. Look, he was never expected to be the best player in USC, but he showed flashes there. I think, again, first game, looked apart. But USC is really just 5-4. They were top 15. No, they weren't. I think I had him preseason. I'm going to check right now. I'm pretty sure I had USC preseason. What did I have him? I'm going to say 19th. 18th. I had them second in the Pac-12. I had Arizona 17th in my preseason rankings. Man, some of these rankings are tough. Like Michigan State 4 obviously looks bad. Arkansas 10th. Ooh. San Diego State 16th. USC 18th. St. Mary's 22. And Baylor 24. They're ranked 6th in the nation right now. So yeah, there's some tough rankings there. But look, everyone was high on Michigan State, USC. I wasn't super high on USC though, so I'll take credit. I was a little down though, but I still thought they were gonna be pretty good. Memphis got a road win against Texas A&M. I dropped Texas A&M out of my rankings, moved Memphis back in, but they're below Ole Miss because they lost Ole Miss. That's how it works. But good road win from Memphis. David Jones 29. He's a beast. From Memphis. Memphis lost what's his name? Brown. What's his first name? Can't remember his first name, but they lost Brown. It was supposed to be their best player. He was a transfer from Louisiana. I can't remember his name. I knew his last name was Brown. They lost him. Looks like it doesn't matter there. Wade Taylor struggled in this one. Yeah, shout out Memphis, good road win. Shout out to Ole Miss, good road win as well. Adam Flanagan, 17, good transfer from Auburn. Chris Beard knows how to coach a team. I'll leave it at that. Michigan State's under 500. That's a preseason. That was a preseason Final Four team for me. They're under 500. Tom Izzo, let's figure something out. You might miss a tournament the first time ever. 23 years. Good win for Nebraska, though. Good win for Nebraska. They're trying to make a little tournament resume. Nebraska hasn't made a tournament in years. I don't think there's any good games today or tomorrow. Finals week. So it's really going to be a really down week this year. Yeah, really nothing. Gonzaga plays a really good Mississippi Valley State team. So yeah, that should be a thriller there. They're only 41-point favorites in that one. And then Tuesday, yeah, nothing. There's nothing good these next 2 days, so I have no idea what I'm going to talk about on Wednesday. Literally no idea. Don't even know if I'm going to do an episode. But we'll see. I might see you Wednesday. I might not. Got finals this week. But then it's Christmas break, maybe. Let's go. All right, peace out, guys. Love you. I'll drop top 25 in the description. The AP polls come out a little later. Did it come out? No, it didn't come out. Wait, did it? No, it didn't. No AP poll out. So got nothing, but maybe Wednesday we'll do something fun. Who knows? Probably won't. Peace.